Hey everybody, welcome back to The Witcher 3.
This might come as news to the gentleman, but a towel wrapped around one's waist is
So,
not fitting attire for
when
an
last we
audience.
left off, we
The
were
gentleman
about
will
to
kindly
choose an
dress.
outfit to go see Emir von Emrys, who is the ruler of Nilfgaard, the invading nation who has basically conquered almost all of the Northlands at this point. And he doesn't like us very much when last we checked in with him, but now he needs something from us. So what do we want to meet him in? I'm not really digging this middle one. So it's... and the ones on the ends look exactly the same to me. Oh, let's see what the difference is. And I suppose we have to put this on ourselves. We don't even have our other regular equipment in our inventory anywhere, so they definitely took it. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we look bad.
Black suits the gentleman. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
Yeah, this is fine.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes.
It's a saying.
Do like the Nilfgaardians.
So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
Oh boy. I think we would know. Geralt's been in enough courts and around royalty. Whether or not we're going to do it is another thing, but...
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please,
oh
demonstrate.
boy. Pretty weak.
That, sir, is how you might bow to a whore on a street corner. Not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard.
That was
Please
pretty
watch.
harsh.
Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Leg extended. I don't know what leg it was that he did. I guess it was left.
Lacking fluidity and
Good enough, I
grace.
guess.
But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me. The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch magnificency?
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
Indeed. We'll see. Let's see how he greets us.
Imgrimi eb art ketzer. Dijfen aden in karn eb marvoet. Emir var emreis.
Bow!
Yeah. Okay. We don't need to ruffle any feathers yet. Let's at least see what he wants.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer eb the orde.
Weljen namen, wat kan favort? I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends.
Right.
Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
I'm curious as to how he knows where he gets his information from, but he's probably just going to tell us to mind our own business.
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I'd drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong.
See.
Even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
Well, I think it's probably pretty obvious why us, because of course Ciri would trust us. So if we're looking for her, we probably have the highest, and we know her, and we're a witcher, so we probably have the highest level of potential success.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
Yeah, I think information is more important right now. But just to be clear, we're only doing this to find Ciri.
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
He's really something else, Emmer von Emrys is.
Follow me, if the gentleman pleases. Please keep close. There are many honorable guests in the palace, whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother.
In other words, don't run off and loot everything. However, is there anything we could potentially loot?
It's past noon.
Oh,
Oh, excuse us.
What?
A gangly nincompoop. Yeah.
I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elander.
nice, Ted
Earlier,
up
I
to.
made to wait here like some
Gesehen, es
supplicant.
war Novigrad.
Yeah.
Ooh, can we, a rusty bread knife. I don't know if we need that or not.
Es ist Sid Efsa. Finster Nelmathe. Den Kaputel und
Es
war Atra Espa.
Esse Jondrain et Mercure.
Kin web vreine gat en selfit den garfe. Esse plenten et norma. En selfit den sikja. Kasper ken kubelle.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Okay, yeah, we could probably run around here and loot some menial things. No, it's all locked up, isn't it? What kind of herbs do they have? Probably nothing we haven't seen before. Yeah, it's all basic stuff. I don't know that there's a good reason to really spend a lot of time looking around in the garden. I mean, it's really cool, like, visually. But I don't think we're going to find any spectacular loot. I could be totally wrong. They're giving us the opportunity to look around. But he also said not to bother people. Yeah, the guards are obviously not really friendly with us. I doubt they're going to let us walk into any of these. Oh, well, yeah, back where we were, basically. They're all looking at me like, why are you here? I really can't tell you that. Alright, before we start, like, another war accidentally, let's just get our stuff and
Heard of the Vryheid Brigade?
find something more witchery to do.
Non-human.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Oh, we're done.
Once the gentleman is done, he
Or-
should see
or-
me to retrieve his
Or
possessions.
we're not done. We're not, apparently not, we're not done.
Yes.
What he means is we can't
True
even get our stuff
authority
back
in
until
Novigrad is not the city
we've talked to
council or the
Yennefer.
Merchants Guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and
the criminal underworld. At times it is
I thought they would
difficult
give us
tell
the
one
opportunity
from
to
the
like
other.
zone out of here,
They
and,
both display a similar
but no,
ruthlessness
apparently
and
we're
cynicism that...
Please wait, Your Excellency.
stuck
I'm
here
falling
for now.
behind.
You know what? I'll write the report myself.
Huh.
You'll need only prepare a clean draft.
All right, let's look around here. Looks like some equipment for making potions and decoctions. Alchemy. Probably pretty standard equipment, probably very top of the line equipment though. Who is this guy?
Vedimin, directly out of
Nobody who wants to talk to us. A portrait of the elder races? Yeah, let's check that out. What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very name suggests, it is something which resembles, yet nevertheless is not, a human. Though it walks on two legs, speaks a tongue similar to our own, and dresses in a similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beast than noble man. Dwarves are like moles. They feel best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. They love everything that can be found within the earth, rocks, metal, minerals of all shape and color. It is also said that, like their kindred moles, they feed most readily on worms, roaches, and other nightcrawlers. We know that basically none of these things are true about dwarves in reality. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers, fat, lazy, and loud in that typical rodent way. Their minds are filled only with thoughts of food and drink, which they steal from other nobler beasts and greedily squirrel away in their hovels. They are marked by a cruel craftiness. You could be dying of hunger and they would not share a meal with you. You could be howling from poverty and they could be swimming in gold, and yet they would still fleece you to the last crown. You could do nothing but good to them, and they would still stab a knife in your back. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far-off Zerrikania. They care most for colored feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at their reflections in the water and singing their own praises. They are so awash in self-love that they no longer feel any desire towards members of the opposite sex of their own species. Their appearance, unquestionably pleasant to the eye, is highly misleading, for they are extraordinarily cruel, and any who judge them by looks alone, they first dupe and then kill in cold blood. The best proof of this, the so-called Scoia'tael, bandits that claim to fight for freedom, but in truth only long to kill humans. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man at the thought that his great-grandchildren will never know them, that in their day dwarves, halflings, and elves will be mere fairy tale characters used to scare young, impressionable children. So obviously it's like racist propaganda against all the elder races. Okay.
Geralt, that tunic, you look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
Mm-hmm. And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
How about that? She's grown up?
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't? Not a bit?
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, all right?
Right. Emir said the Wild hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
Alright. Let's find out if we know anything about the Wild Hunt's motivations.
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood. Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I'd prefer not to think about it, really.
Basically, Ciri has the ability, because of her elven blood, to move through time and space. And I don't really know exactly what that means, because I'm not that far in the books yet. But it's some kind of magic related to her ancient elven blood that allows her probably to teleport or travel great distances. Geralt referenced her being very, very far away in our conversation with Emir. And no spoilers. I am currently reading through the books.
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
Hendrik.
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Alright. That's it? We're gonna part ways that quickly,
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Ouch.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, alright? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Fair enough. We had lost our memory, though. I feel like that's a pretty decent excuse, but what do I know?
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Velen, get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over there. And
that
Geralt,
could be good. We'll do that.
I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece.
We do tend to get involved with things.
I shall be waiting.
Well, she can't be too mad at us about the whole Triss thing, so that's good. Alright, let's find out what has been going on in the world while we've been out in the wilderness, tracking her. Oh, and she's taken off. Well, we'll see you later. Yeah, she wasn't kidding. She was leaving right away. That was a letter of some kind. A letter to Yennefer. From who? Yennefer, my dear friend, thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempt to reach me via Megascope. I am trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening, don't you agree? I'm delighted that you have found a position at our gracious Emperor's court and wish you the best of luck in search for his daughter. It is good to know that Emir's intentions for her have become more, how shall I put it, mundane. Perhaps in these circumstances an agreement regarding the lodge will prove possible after all. In response to your first question, I can state beyond all doubt that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognize her magic signature in my sleep. I have not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. She mentioned something earlier about fleeing to Kovir, but I am afraid that in the current political climate that amounts to an impossible daydream. I hope I will soon be able to join you in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Fringilla Vigo. P.S. Thank you for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet, doesn't he? Alright. And what have we here? This is the picture of Ciri.
Scars healed nicely.
A sword for witches. We're going to read some of these, but I'm probably not going to read through them all right now. A wild hunt. We are probably going to read that. From farmers and herdsmen and milkmaids and to midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The wild hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold, though the sun shone bright moments before. Some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often, in the prime of their wildling years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in the time between. Very, very strange. Okay, we'll read this one too. A sword for witches. Who are the hunters, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I reply. The decent kind, haters of lies, doers of good, the kind who live according to the gods' laws, and nature's laws too. Those disgusted by the machinations of witches, magicers, and non-humans. All that separates us from common folk is that we've the courage to take up arms, to defend our lands from evil, to slice out the gangrene that eats us from within. We haven't a leader, we haven't forts or land. Though God-fearing Radovid supports us with his gold at times, we've not sworn him nor any other ruler any oath. We serve only the eternal fire, and we listen only to our own conscience. Who can join us? Any who is right of soul and sound of body. You can find us in every large city in the north. We will give you board, lodging, and a weapon. We will explain how to spot the telltale signs of evil, birthmarks in strange and arcane shapes, smooth skin on a matron aged more than 30 springs, and black cats kept in the yard, to name but a few. We will show you how to defend yourself from witchcraft, how to tame and snuff out magic elements with Demetrium. Demeritium. Probably mispronouncing that. We will instruct you how to squeeze the sinner's darkest secrets out of them with hot iron, and how to grant them a cleansing death with the help of the sacred fire. So you're going to train them how to torture people who may or may not be guilty of anything. Understood. Royal lineages of the north we'll check out later. I want to read everything, but I know, it probably gets boring to listen to everything if you're not into that.
Be so kind and do not disturb.
Where was this guy? I guess he's out here. Oh, no. Well, we're not quite ready. Sorry. Premature.
Returning my things.
At least we can get our stuff back now.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Fair enough.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Hey, we understand.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Alright, I actually wanted to talk to the guy Yennefer had indicated.
A shame I have no time.
But now I'm not sure where said person is supposed to be at. She said she looked right over here. Alright, well, what is going on with that? Perhaps that's where we need to go to talk to this guy. But we need a key? Okay, that's unlikely. Nilfgaardian nobleman.
Mm.
I wish we can get this off of the screen. Oh, Gwent. Okay.
See you.
I am not going to play Gwent right now. Switch to continent view, press, yeah. If we do this, will you take the prompt away? No. Apparently you will not. Very strange. Guess we're just going to live with it for the time being. Alright, we have all of our stuff back. Let's go ahead and re-equip. Oops, let's do that. I think that's what we want. Yeah.
Heard of the Vryheid Brigade? Your kind served it. Non-humans.
Yes, hen as queen.
Alright, now we're gonna fast travel. And it looks like we're going over to Velen.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
I wish we could get that volume up a little higher. "5 days later, Velen, northern Temeria." Lovely. That's why it's called the Hanging Man's Tree. Alright, well, I mean, thank you for prompting me with that, weirdly enough. We're not going to do any of the expansion content right now, obviously, but I don't know why it felt the need to prompt me with all that. Evils, okay. Alright, let's check our journal, because we have a few different things going on here that I just want to understand. Okay, these are things that are leading us into the expansion content, that's why they're higher level. Alright, so we don't need to worry about that at the moment. So we're just working on the Nilfgaardian connection. We have Pyres of Novigrad and Destination Skellige, both of which are much higher level than we currently are. So that's good. We will just focus on the Nilfgaardian connection. I'm not going to bother fighting these wild dogs, I don't think. Oh, well, then again. Pretty easy on horseback to take them down. Well, speak again. Okay, guys. They don't really give a shit about art. Not as much as I would prefer them to. We need to meditate so we can get our charges of swallow back. Alright. Let's do that. We also need to meditate. Which eventually I'll learn the strange quick buttons for, but they are all incredibly strange keybinds. Like, okay. Well, apparently H is the keybind for bringing up your Gwent deck. In case you were wondering. It's a beautiful view at least. Just wanted to get, you know, reacquainted with some of the combat there. That was really the only reason for that. Let's get Roach over here. We're actually outside of this little establishment here. I'd like to just run into town and maybe just check out what's on the notice board, which should open up some points of interest in the area. And possibly some side quests we could do.
Bothering us poor folk.
Looks like some bad things have happened here. A couple burned out buildings. Let's see. A warning. In lonely woods, screams carry long. Shadows creep far in deep dark dale. Beware ye then the grove's wild song, or in the wild will end your tale. Interesting. A plea. Kind folk, for lack of better fare, I fed my young'uns pancakes made of ground acorn. The poor tykes have lain on the straw for 3 days since, their bellies growling something awful, getting sick and crying without end. If you know how to help, come to my hut. I have naught to give in return but a warm word and a prayer of thanks. Help us send him off, to whomever has eyes to read. The other day, our Falibor died. We've no means to bury him properly, not a white shirt in the house, nor cloth for a shroud, nor planks for a coffin. If there's aught you can spare, please help. If we don't send him off to the next world proper like, he'll haunt us, all in revenge. Sounds dire. Notice, consider yourself informed. Every man with a producing milk cow is obliged to bring it to Crow's Perch afore the week's end. After that, we find a cow in any man's yard, we'll give him 50 lashes on the spot. The man, not the cow. And take all other goods of his we can carry. Anyone reporting a man hiding a cow will get a sack of grain as a reward. Watch what you say, the trees have ears, a kind stranger. Missing wife. Good people, take pity and hear my plea. My wife, Hannah, she's missing. A few days ago she went into the woods and hasn't yet returned. I'm near out of my wits with worry and will pay a price to any man who brings her back to me, or at least tells me where to look for her. Neelan Hunter from Blackbow, that seems like that could be an actual quest.
If only I had milk to leave at the door. What's the rush?
Yeah, so that opened up some points of interest over here that we're going to want to check out, probably before we tackle the follow-up to the Nilfgaardian connection here. But I think this is going to be a good time to take a break. When we come back, I think we're just going to start by swinging out in this direction. We could hit this one, come down here, and along the road we could just get all of these points of interest, come back down here to the south, and then maybe end up back here for the Nilfgaardian connection. So that's the plan. We'll check that out next time, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Take care. Bye now.